Hello and Assalamu alaikum students. I'm your social studies teacher, Ms. Rakhshanda. Students, in the previous session, we learned about the factors affecting some of the factors affecting agriculture. And in today's session, we will continue this topic and we will learn some more factors affecting agriculture. So let's have a preview of the previous lesson. Yes, summary of the previous lecture. We learned about agriculture that refers to farming and raising animals to obtain food. Then we learned that settlements or the civilizations started because of agriculture. Then we learned the factors affecting agriculture. For example, we talked about suitable climate, that different types of crops needs different type of climate to grow. Flat land and fertile soil is very necessary for growing crops. Then adequate water supply is again important for the plants. Some plants need more water and some plants need less water. Then we also learned about pests and pesticides. So let's start our today's session. Yes, in today's session, we will learn some other factors affecting agriculture. Number one is soil management. What do you mean by soil management? Soil is the top layer of the earth in which plants grow, and soil management is actually all the practices and the treatments to protect soil and enhance its performance. Yes, soil, it consists of broken rock particles and contain different minerals and nutrients. And nutrients are important parts of the soil. They provide energy to the plants. Some crops use more nutrients than others. Okay, sometimes one kind of nutrient is required in a larger quantity. So before planting any new crop, farmers must test the condition of the soil and then decide that what nutrient it needs. Different kinds of manures and fertilizers provide different nutrients. Some nutrients necessary for the soil or for the plant growth are carbon, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, silicon, sodium, and zinc. So this is what we call the soil management. You can see in these two pictures that in these two farms, the farmers are trying to manage the soil. Okay, then another factor that affect agriculture is water logging. Water logging occurs when there is too much water in a plant's root zone, which decreases the oxygen available to root. And the causes of water logging can be heavy rainfall, flood, okay, when water stays for a long time over some area, okay, so it makes the soil waterlogged. Yes, soil that remains wet throughout the year or for a longer period of time is said to be waterlogged soil. All plants require air, and if soil does not dry out fast enough, so it becomes unsuitable for growing crop. And this condition, that's what we call as water logging. See in these two pictures, the water is standing, okay, continuously over these two places, so making the soil waterlogged, and this condition is called waterlogging. Okay, another factor that affect agriculture is salinity. What is salinity? Students in very hot places where the temperature is very high, evaporation rate is very high. And when the water in the soil evaporates, it leaves behind traces of salt, which pile up over time. Okay? And this makes the soil salty. This condition is called salinity. And the soil that is having more amount of soil is obviously not able to grow crops. So crops cannot grow in saline soil. Okay, you can see this condition in these two pictures, that the land has become saline, or you would say the soil has become saline, having traces of salt on it. You can easily see the traces of salt here. Okay, another factor is very important factor, and in these days, even in our country, we are experiencing one of the factors also. And we will discuss it in the next slide. Natural disaster. Every year, natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods. Natural disaster is a natural event that can cause greater damage. Okay, and they can be hurricanes, floods, fires, earthquakes, and tornadoes. um, Challenge agricultural production. All these natural disasters actually challenge the agricultural products. Okay, because agriculture relies on the weather, climate, and water availability to thrive. It is easily impacted by natural events and disasters. So definitely we have to keep in our mind when we are growing some crops or we are doing agriculture or something. So we have to keep this in our mind about the natural disasters also. Okay, and let's learn about uh, that what can be the natural disaster. See in these pictures, in this first picture you can see the whole harvest has destroyed due to the water, due to the flooding. Okay, then again in this picture you can see natural disasters are very dangerous and they destroy your whole harvest, your crops. Okay, and causes great damage to the farmers. Okay, what is Pakistan's most common natural disaster? In Pakistan, we have flood. Okay, flood is the most common natural disaster in Pakistan. And in these two pictures, you can see even in the previous days in Karachi, you see a lot of water was on the road, and then the people were not able to move from one place to another. But in this picture, you can see it's flood. Okay, we call it flood, and these houses are totally, you can see, are underwater. ठीक है, how people are moving from one place to another, they are facing a lot of problems. ठीक है, it causes many problems for the people of Pakistan every year, flood. Okay, then we talk some other. It's actually a natural disaster. We can say it that the locust attack in Pakistan. You all must have listened on the TV. टिड्डी दिल जिसे हम कहते हैं, टिड्डी दिल ने हमला कर दिया. So when the locusts start attacking crops and thereby destroy the entire agricultural economy, it is referred to as locust plague or locust invasion. Means in very huge amount, in very big amount, the locust come to some area and start attacking the crops, like including Pakistan, India, Iran, and Nepal. Many other countries face this problem in 2019. Yeah, and in 2020 also we are facing this. There are some countries mentioned here like Somalia, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, and many other places. See how they attack. You can see these locusts on these leaves. Okay, so they destroy your whole harvest. Okay, and many crops this year in Pakistan are destroyed. Yes, are destroyed by this locust attack. Okay, students, this is your task to do, that you are going to do it in your copy. You are going to discuss the importance of replacement of nutrients in the soil before planting new crops. As I have already told you that different nutrients are important for different crops. Some crops need some other nutrients, some crops need different nutrients. So before planting new crops, you have to check proper that which nutrient is present in the soil, which is lacking in the soil, and what nutrient is needed by the crop that you are going to grow. Then every year floods in Sindh and Punjab destroy most of the crops growing in the field. Yes, that's very true. Due to floods, we have a lot of losses in the agriculture field. What do you think must have happened to the quantity of crops, quality of crops, farmers, price and availability in the market? How these things affect, it means flood affect these things. किस तरह इन पे affect होता है इसका. Okay, then waterlogging and salinity damage the crops. Yeah, they damage the crops, and again, they are not suitable for growing crops. So you will be discussing the reason here. Okay, that's it, student, for today. Inshallah, we'll meet up soon with the next topic. So till then, Allah Hafiz.